The Bill of Rights by Akash, Alex, Jenny, and AJ.
Do you any do you know anything about the Bill of Rights?
No, why would you tell me?
Okay, there are 10 amendments to the Bill of Rights, but today I'll only tell you about 6.
Which ones?
Let's start with the First Amendment. The First Amendment guarantees 5 freedoms for all United States citizens. These are the freedom of speech, religion, and press, as well as assembly and petition. The freedom of speech allows people to speak freely, in most cases without punishment. In some cases, though, the freedom of speech doesn't apply. Some of these cases are blackmail, fighting, and threats. The second freedom of the First Amendment is the freedom of religion. Basically, every American citizen is able to worship whichever religion they wish to worship. Also, religion can be taught in public schools. The third freedom of the First Amendment is the freedom of press. The freedom of press allows people to print magazines, newspapers, and pamphlets stating their feelings and ideas. The freedom of assembly is also guaranteed under the First Amendment. This basically means that people are allowed to assemble in large groups. The final freedom under the First Amendment is the freedom of petition. This means you are allowed to petition or contradict anything the government says.
Alright, what other amendments do you know about?
Next is the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms. This means that any U.S. citizen with a license is allowed to own a gun without being arrested.
So you can just walk into a public area with a loaded gun?
No way. There are certain restrictions on where you can use them, but you have the right to keep a gun in your home for protection and recreational hunting.
Cool. What's the next amendment?
Let's skip to the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment forbids unreasonable search or seizure. In other words, the police need a search warrant to enter your house.
What's a search warrant?
A search warrant is an official piece of paper signed by a judge that allows the police to search a person's house for clues.
I see. What about the Fifth Amendment?
The Fifth Amendment protects a person's legal rights. It guarantees the right to a lawyer and the right to due process. Due process says that you have the right to remain silent during trial and that you don't have to testify against yourself. The Fifth Amendment also says that no person can be charged with double jeopardy. Double jeopardy says that you can't be tried for the same crime twice. For example, if you were arrested for a murder or kidnapping and you were found not guilty on trial, you can't be arrested 3 weeks later for the same murder or kidnapping.
Alright, what about the Sixth Amendment?
The Sixth Amendment gives an accused person the right to a quick and speedy trial by a jury of their peers. Also, the accused person must be informed of the crime in which they are accused. They also are allowed to confront witnesses.
That's very interesting. What else?
Time's almost up, so I'll finish with the Eighth Amendment. That says if a person is found guilty of a crime, they can't be given an unfair punishment. For example, you wouldn't shoot someone or send them to jail for life if they were speeding, would you?
I suppose not. What if a person is being held on bail?
If a person is being held on bail, it has to be a reasonable amount of money.
That's very helpful. Thank you for helping me understand the Bill of Rights.
You are welcome.